Welcome to Chocolate Cake for the Soul, a space to return to your truth, awaken your energy, and leave with deeper clarity. I'm Dewi, and I'm here to hold gentle yet powerful conversation on healing, intuition, and the unseen energy that shape our lives. Whether you're building a soulful business, navigating your inner wounds, or simply learning to trust your intuition again, you're exactly where you need to be. So find your favorite cozy corner and take a bite of chocolate cake for the soul together. Hi guys, welcome back to Chocolate Cake for the Soul. I'm Dewi, and today I want to take you on a deeply personal journey, one that begins with a late night scroll and ends with a profound heart awakening. This is the story of how I stumbled upon Kyle Cease's documentary, The Illusion of Money, and how it mirrored my own unraveling and returning home. I didn't plan for this to happen. It was one of those sleepless nights. I was lying awake, thinking a lot about abundance, money, and honestly, I was feeling kind of stuck. In that quiet moment, I came across a podcast interview between Ferrari and Kyle Cease. Something in it just pulled me in. That one interview turned into a series of rabbit holes, watching Kyle's other talks on YouTube, reading, researching, until I finally found his website and decided to watch The Illusion of Money. The documentary began with Kyle's own experience and that of others, how deeply society conditions us to believe that if we don't have enough money, we are not enough. But Kyle said something that stopped me in my tracks. He said, "We move through life as if time is infinite and money is limited, but actually it's the other way around." And let that sink in. Time is what's truly finite, but money, that can be created, lost, remade. Kyle's story touched something in me. He shared how, as a child, he performed to earn love and validation. He got bigger and more successful, but still felt empty. Eventually, he walked away from it all to follow his heart. As I watched, something inside me cracked open. Tears welled up because I know the story, not just Kyle's, it was also mine. I realized I had mastered creating from survival, from discipline, hard work, pushing through, from the solar plexus, from will, but not from the heart. I built and I built until I burned out, until I couldn't even walk into my own office. I watched the very things I had once dreamed of fall apart. Some I even tore down myself because I knew they were no longer aligned with who I was becoming. It wasn't that I didn't love what I created, but the way I created it, it wasn't sustainable anymore. It wasn't true to my soul. And I entered a long season of soul searching, questioning everything, my beliefs, my identity, even my spiritual path. I thought I'd already done the inner work and I had deep, powerful work. But this was a whole new level. The old tools didn't work anymore. The old strategies, the pushing through, none of it worked. And in that void came Kyle's documentary. There's a moment in the film where a man named John, in his pain, sat under a tree and felt inspired to simply put up a billboard that says love. No advertising, no agenda, just one pure intention to spread love. That act sparked a movement. Love multiplied. People from all over the world donated. Billboard companies offered space and became a wave. I sat there crying because I realized I was still holding on so much pain in my heart, old wounds, grief I thought I had already healed, but it was keeping me stuck. And what I learned, that pain, it wasn't there to punish me. It was there to teach me about boundaries, about discernment, about loving myself while still honoring myself. I started to see how many old soul contract I was still carrying, how much outdated karma I was unconsciously honoring, and how I had the power to release them with love, not resentment. Forgiveness became the key. Forgiving others, forgiving myself for the mistakes, for the pushing, the staying too long, and also for not knowing better at the time. This isn't magic. The work is still here. But what's different now is this. I finally have a compass, and that compass is my heart. We all already have the solution because on some level, we created the problem. And when we created the problem, we also created the way out. But the answers, they're not outside. They're all within, found in stillness, in surrender, in forgiveness, in coming home to ourselves. That's the journey I'm on now. And it's also the intention behind this podcast. Chocolate Cake for the Soul is my soul's offering, a space where we remember who we are and reclaim our wholeness. I don't have it all figured out. My story is still unfolding, but I'm following my gifts now. I'm creating from the heart, and I'm learning to trust that that's enough. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If something in this touched your heart, I invite you to let it breathe, sit with it, journal, cry, dance, or just rest. May you too find the courage to come home to yourself, to forgive, to soften, to trust, and to create from the heart. Until next time, with love, Dewi. Thank you for sharing this sacred pause with me today. If something in this episode stirred your heart or softened your edges, I'd love for you to subscribe, like, and share with someone you love, and leave a kind review. It helps this soul space reach those who need it most. Until next time, may you trust your inner voice, nourish your spirit, and treat yourself to something sweet.